Stay Angels, this is the weekly general reading. We're starting with the dice and Stay in Bed by Shoes. Email. And I'm on top. You know what? It's interesting that I'm on top. I will expound in a moment. Spirit says no. Still stay in bed. 29. Spiritual partnership this week of some sort. And your choice. And, you know, since it had the your choice, you can choose, obviously, it's pretty straightforward, right? You can choose your own, make your own decisions and stuff like that. We also had the no. Remember that no is, you have the right and the choice to say no. And then like no is a full sentence. You don't have to explain to anybody why you're saying no or whatever, if that comes up this week. I don't know why I was made just to say that, but yeah. If somebody needed to hear it. With the Ascended Master deck, we're starting with crystals. The next card is in reverse. It's persistence. And I'll go ahead and shuffle these. So it's funny that the die said I'm on top. Because I just had a few people email me, message me, whatever, about another tarot person that posted something about the name Lightworker or the word Lightworker. I don't know if it was referring to names. I haven't seen it yet myself. I was just told about it. Saying that the word Lightworker has like negative connotations to it, or it's like a negative term or a bad word or something. And that's why they don't refer to themselves as a Lightworker. And that may be true or whatever. I mean, it's similar to how I feel about twin flame, right? I stopped calling myself a twin flame a long time ago. Father, husband, brother, son. Osiris is our overall energy here. Also, work in magic with Saint Germain. So it's magician energy, manifestation energy. We may be manifesting a connection, a relationship, healing, a reconnection, reconciliation with our father, brother, husband, son, or, you know, a masculine and or male energy in our life. It could be our own inner masculine. Could be a Scorpio specifically, or a Gemini. Or it could be a Scorpio and or Gemini that need to heal a relationship together, work on their relationship, or that are trying to manifest, like bringing a person into their life or back into their life or something. That's what I'm getting with those two. So yeah, similar to how I feel about twin flame, because, you know, I've been at this for a while now. So back when there were people I mean, there's still people misinforming others, but there was specifically misinforming people who believe themselves twin flames, in that they gone well out of their way. I remember there was like a podcast, a broadcast. There were several webinars. People were doing YouTube videos about how twin flames were a particular type of angel. And you had to be this kind of angel if you were a twin flame. They also affiliated twin flames, for the most part, that are active now or activated now, specifically with being of the blue ray. Or those were said to be the members of the sort of higher group, the group that was activated. And that type of angel, it was made up. I mean, they weren't expecting anybody to know anything about the Torah or the Bible or anything like that, I guess, but I do. And so I knew that there was no such type of angel. and the whole thing was bullshit. And there were other things that led me to not want to be called a twin flame. So it's possible, but these people, viewers of mine, that may also be viewers of this other person's, maybe that's how they saw what was posted or shared or video, whatever, let me know. I guess they may be talking about you or trying to throw some, make some sort of, right, gossip talk, negative talk about you. Five of Swords. The Five of Swords came up in my moon reading too. There was a message to detach from drama. So I'm not going to get too into the drama, but I will say, whether this person is talking about me or not talking about me, Queen of Swords, the Lightworker, is a name that was given to me by God. Okay? I heard the message. I saw the vision. Years ago, Osiris and Isis began appearing to me and talking to me and doing a lot of other things. I mean, those of you who have been watching me, I got mail from Isis. There was a copy of the book that accompanies her tarot cards. I already had the deck and the cards, but I got this envelope from no name on it or whatever, from where it came from, just showed up in my mail. I got, it was like her whole story or whatever from some mysterious upload that embedded itself in my phone in the audio part. It's like an audio book. The whole thing was weird, but it taught me a lot about her. Anyway, I used to see the two of them all the time. And, it's less now. I mean, I guess they figured they told me what they had to tell me, but every now and then I still do. Anyway, they gave me the name, and the name Queen of Swords, the Lightworker, I guess they also guided me to put it into the gematria calculator. And when I do, you will see it proves that I'm not just a light worker. It is Queen of Swords, the light worker. There is something distinctive about me, separate about me. The name that they gave me, Queen of Swords, the light worker, when entered, it has exactly 29 letters and 11, and equals or translates to, in numerical language, in gematria, in the 4 different ciphers of gematria. In one, it is 360, which we know is, if you're a spiritual being, is a very significant number for spiritual beings, or in spirituality, 360 degrees. And in math also, in science. Also 144, we know there are 144,000 Illumined ones throughout. There are 144,000 members of the descendants of Abraham. The 12 tribes equals 144,000 people. We know that Jesus had 144,000 disciples at one point. He took out people 2 by 2 in groups of 72,000. So yeah, 144. The other translation of Queen of Swords, the Lightworker, is 369. Anybody knows anything about 369? It's the key to the universe, according to Nikola Tesla. So anyway, I don't dare, but yeah, dare, suggest, whatever, welcome anyone else to put their name into the gematria calculator and see what kind of numbers you get. But I'm pretty sure you won't get those. Also, it's supposed to have, it's like a play on words. So it's Queen of Swords, because I'm a Gemini and I'm ruled by Mercury. I'm also almost all air, not all Gemini, but all air. So it's a lot of swords. It's Aquarius too, that makes up my natal chart. Almost all Gemini, almost all Aquarius, like 5 placements in each of those. So that's that. But it's a play on words too. It's also like Queen of Words, because Mercury, ruler of Gemini, is also the ruler of communication and therefore words. They also told me that they gave me that name because I was precious to them, as in precious metal, swords, you know. What else? I mean, I guess that's enough. So anyway, you get the idea. I don't know if this person was talking about me or not, but if they were, that is what I have to say about it. I didn't call myself a light worker to be like anybody else or to follow any type of, group or specific ideology or whatever. God gave me the name. All right. So anyway, there may be drama in your life also this week. Okay. Then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is another one that came up in the moon reading that I posted earlier today for the Cancer full moon. Well, that's another thing about, I'm not going to harp on this issue, or it's not even an issue, but this situation. But another thing is, I have been like ready and meaning to get to this reading since this morning. And for whatever reason, it's not really that I was involved in much. I've been like doing my laundry, like doing stuff I could have done after the reading if I had just gone ahead and recorded it. But for whatever reason, I didn't actually start the reading until it was like 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know. I mean, I'm presuming the thing was posted today, or if not, today is when, like three people just happened to have seen it. But maybe I was meant to wait to receive the word from those people so that I can include it in the messages, Anyway, so the Three of Pentacles is a worker energy. It's about abundance, but it's like usually abundance that's specifically tied to some sort of effort that you put in. Like you did the work, and that's why you're deserving of this. As opposed to maybe like the Six of Pentacles, which can be, abundance that just comes your way. It's like sort of gifted to you by the universe. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. And it's nice that that's showing up with Judgment, Major Arcana card 20, because Judgment is about abundance that's earned. So it's showing that we've done the work, and then the universe is going to reward us for that work. Major Arcana card Judgment most directly correlates to the sign of Scorpio and the planet Pluto. Review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, which is, for me, is about letting go, or something you need to let go, and you need to let go of this thing. It's not working, and it's a dead-end relationship or a dead-end job, going nowhere fast, but you do it because there's something in it that you get, and you try to use that thing as justification, like, well, at least I get a paycheck, so, or, at least this person helps me to pay the bills. They split the bills with me. At least there's that, even though I can't stand them. And so you stay in these situations that you need to get out of, and this is saying again to get out of it. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you're spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building up walls that keep people out. So for some people, this is like you need to get rid of this thing before this abundance comes in. And for others, it's saying like it's going to come in, but you're not meant to have it in this place or share it with this person or whatever. So that whatever the person, place, or thing that you're holding on to that's in the way kind of needs to be let go of. In order for you to, fully realize and enjoy the abundance. I was going to say the bounty, of abundance that you're going to receive. Queen of Swords, experience, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny is what she is. She's also a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. All of your experiences, so everything that you've been through in your life, has gotten you ready for this time now, right? Has prepared you for this moment of truth. It is time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, like the Four of Pentacles just told us, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. So this is also confirming or reaffirming that we need to let someone or something go so that we can have happiness. In relationships, which is may very well be about a relationship, we have, because we have the Two of Cups immediately behind it in reverse, we have the Two of Swords, which is the twin flame card of the tarot. Something else that was interesting in the moon reading is that I said, or saw, and then I said that some of us may be called to release a soulmate, let go of your soulmate to make way for your twin flame. And the Two of Wands is the twin flame card of the tarot. And the Two of Cups could very well represent a soulmate that's not a twin flame. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. You know what else is funny? This person that they told me made the post has far more, followers, viewers, videos, is not shadow banned like I am. Like, why are you concerned with me? But it always happens that way, because the first time it happened, or big, I'm sure it had been happening and maybe I didn't realize, because my videos used to get stolen, downloaded by other people. They'd re-upload it as if it was their own. All kinds of nasty comments, from haters and stuff like that. All kinds of really great comments too. I don't want to seem like I just was getting that. There was somebody who would dislike immediately as soon as I posted. Literally as soon as I posted. People are just getting on the video or on live or whatever, and there'd be that one dislike among 100 likes, 100 likes and one dislike. It was just very weird that somebody was so obsessed with me like that. Overall energy here is now the High Priestess, and we started with the High Priestess in this deck. Did I even point that out? I don't remember if I even pointed that out, but she's back over here now. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess, represents the sign of Gemini most directly, but is also in traditional tarot affiliated with the water signs. This is interesting too, because you saw me stick this randomly somewhere in the deck before I mixed up all these cards and cut them into like 20 piles. So this is back. And look. So this is going to be like, it may even be like a large sum. Somebody may even get like a bonus or a promotion. Not an inheritance isn't really as likely, because again, this is something that you work for, unless you did the work and that's why the person said, I'm going to leave them this because they've always put effort in. That's possible too. And there may be a decision that you need to make with regard to work or relation to work, and or a relationship that maybe started through work, or a relationship with someone that they might not know yet, that, or you might not be in a committed relationship yet. They may not even know that you're crushing on them yet. But when this card shows up, if that's the situation, the card shows up to say that the other person actually feels the same way. It may take a while for the actual relationship to come together and start and become a relationship, but they hold you in high regard. They're attracted to you also, all of that. So maybe you want to use your intuition, pay close attention to signs and synchronicities and messages that, something in your body, the way your stomach feels, the butterflies or a sinking feeling or whatever. Pay attention to all the information that's available to you. Use your common sense to, like, whatever you have in deciding how to navigate that relationship or situation with that person. All right, what are we going to do? I'll still pull a card for each aspect of our lives. So the Nine of Wands in reverse just fell away. Some of us may really be feeling like we don't have it in us to keep defending ourselves against something or to keep fighting. And somebody could be stepping in to do that for you. Like, you may not have to. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about the type of mate that just makes you feel safe and covered, like they got you, like for real. It can be that, or it can be a friend or family member too, but that you're sort of used to being maybe independent and handling things on your own, and you're just feeling like, I don't know if I can anymore, but I'm trying, I'm here to do it, and you may not have to, because I mean it's in reverse. I keep flipping it around. It's in reverse. You may not have to, because there could be somebody who is saying, you know what, I got you, and you can believe them. And they may be defending you against whatever or whoever this is. Also. So the card that will most like summarize our energy for the week is the Five of Wands. So yeah, competition, conflict, drama, foolishness. I just heard Mars in Sagittarius. Mars does not move. Mars has moved into Sagittarius already. So that could be what's causing this. Is there a transit this week? Uranus goes direct this week. But I just heard Mars in Sagittarius, and I was like fighting it, like, no, that can't be it, because Mars already into Sagittarius. But maybe there's something coming up this week that I'm not aware of that involves Mars. In any case, we got the Five of Swords, we got the Five of Wands, so there's definitely going to be drama, there's definitely going to be competition, there's definitely going to be, people maybe, with your name in their mouth where it shouldn't be, could be gossip, could be negative talk, like, again, I experienced. I mean, now the cards are making me feel like this person was talking about me. And I didn't finish my sentence before, right? I was saying like that it always, when it does happen, it's somebody like with more viewers and stuff than me. But the biggest one, some of you will remember, because I know some of you still watch from way back in the days. There was this woman that had a channel, and she may have been on par with me. If we weren't on par, then she had more followers than I did. Because my readings were very specific. I mean, they're for, and they still are. I just don't like using the term twin flame, but they're still like for twin flames. They're still like for illumined ones. They're still like for divine beings, and they're pretty specific to that, this one journey, right? Spiritual journey. That can have many paths and many ways of getting to the end, but it's the same spiritual journey. We are members of the same tribe, so to speak. So she did more general readings. But for whatever reason, she was so jealous of me, so upset. She spread all over YouTube that I was Jezebel, resurrected. And the most powerful and biggest and nastiest, blackest, dirty, not black in terms of color, but dark witch, on YouTube. And then she named a couple of other people. There was only like 3 of us that she named by name. And then she, just went on to talk about other people, or to say, and all the other tarot readers, like put people in a lump. But she named 3 of us by name, and I was first. And I'm like, and the other people that were named had much more viewers than I did, like much more followers than I did, subscribers. And so it never really made sense to me, but that's always been the way it's been when I get this competition. I mean, and obviously it's because people can see the light. So translate that, or to your own situations in your own life. And, you might be like, well, why are people coming down on me? Why are they bothering me? I'm not even in a position of authority or power, but you are. In the spiritual realm, and, in the spiritual sense, you are in a position of power. If you're walking around as a divine being, and these other people are low, of a low vibration, and just envious of that light. They want to drain it from you. They want to take your energy. So we may have to reckon with this. For others, it can be something at the job, because we did see the 3 of Pentacles several times. So there could be, maybe you have to compete for a particular position. Maybe they're interviewing several of us, or for a bonus, or for, something, some sort of reward. Even if it's just accolades, recognition at our place of employment, or among our peers in our particular, career or line of work. It can be that too. It can be competing for a particular person. It may come up and be involved in, again, leaving potentially a soulmate for a twin flame. Maybe there's bickering, fighting, you know, there's some sort of situation that comes up that surrounds that. So surrounding energy, speaking of surrounds that. Ace of Swords. So victory, you know, and justice and truth, the righteous will prevail in whatever these situations are. And some information could actually come out to clear things up, to clear up the matter. Or you may, you know, like I do, have a way of having the matter cleared up or clarifying, making things clear about yourself. Like anybody can go on any gematria calculator and type in Queen of Swords, the Lightworker on your own. You don't have to take my word for it. You know what I mean? Something like that. Some sort of truth that comes out. This is in the surrounding energy. So in dealing with other people, we have this Ace of Swords. This also can lead to a new beginning. Aces often about new beginnings. The Ace of Swords, what differentiates it from the others is that in the beginning, things can be off to a rough start. It's like, so you might not feel like necessarily a winner because you could be experiencing still some bumps in the road. But ultimately, you know, it's still a fresh start, and ultimately you are a winner. You know, this is a card of victory and success. Work and finance. Two of Pentacles. Very nice. We may have a lot of work. We may be, you know, putting most or all of our focus on work, you know, and that's not a negative thing with the Two of Pentacles coming up, but we still have to remember balance. So maybe when you get home from work, like don't bring your work home with you. Maybe, or if you don't have a choice, you have to bring some work home. Maybe you set some hours and boundaries for yourself. Okay, after this time, then I do, you know, TV or talking, you know, with the family, or we play a board game or something like that. You know, make sure that you're fitting in also your relationships. Also, in terms of finances, you know, specifically having nothing to do at work, things should be, you know, on an uptick this week. And love and relationship. Ace of Wands. It's in reverse, but the Ace of Wands, no matter what, is a, you know, really positive omen and good card to have in love, when you're talking about love and relationships. Something in that regard may be delayed, and that's probably because of Mercury retrograde, or I guess even Venus retrograde could affect something too. So like maybe if you're waiting for a commitment that doesn't come as readily, which is not necessarily a bad thing because you want to avoid, you know, commitments and contracts during Mercury retrograde anyway. Physical health, we have the Queen of Swords. You know, she's very determined and informed. And so this is about you being the same way with regard to your health. It's a good week. It's always a good week, you know, to decide I'm cutting out things that are bad for me. I'm cutting out bad habits. I'm, you know, going to the gym. I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to start exercising. All of these things, you know, if those things will make it better. Sometimes we need to reduce some of that stuff. So I'm going to eat more. I'm going to work out less. I'm doing too much. I'm putting too much strain on my body. So whatever is appropriate for you is what you want to maybe cut out. Oop. Okay, we just had two cards sort of leap out. And they are the Five of Pentacles and the Star together for spiritual health. It's weird because, and it's taking me a second, because the Five of Pentacles on its own in spirituality means that, you know, based on that this sort of being left out in the cold, that something or someone has left you, or you're without something, or you feel like you're lacking something. And it's sort of like the spiritual message is sort of like nothing lasts forever. Everything is temporary. Even when we feel like we're at a low point, if we have faith and think positively, then things will get better. Things will improve soon enough before we know it. And maybe that's what the star is meaning here, because the star in its own means that we have ourselves together spiritually, but that can't be the case if this is coming out with it. So maybe the star is here just meant to have faith, to have hope, to think positively, and your prayers will be answered. Your wishes will be granted. Your dreams will come true if you, again, think positively and believe that they will. Like, so mote it be. I think that's the message there. Oh, and now that I'm looking at this Five of Wands again, I want to share another message about the Queen of Swords. So she also is somebody that, I remember my mother used to say, like, you Geminis can be so cold. Like, I had no feelings. No, and not that we don't have feelings. I mean, people can feel that way sometimes about us, but it's like we're not very emotional and watery. Like, and for me, it's even physical. Like, I have like clogged tear ducts. Like, I really rarely cry. Sometimes I want to, and I can't. I physically cannot. Anyway, so if you can avoid the drama, like, pick your battles. Okay, this is the message I'm gonna say. Choose your battles this week, because anything that you can do to minimize stress and keep yourself stress-free this week is what you want to do. I guess that's all I want to say about the Queen of Swords. Also, suppressing emotions. Like, if we are experiencing something. I saw a post today that said a Gemini can be like really going through it, basically, and nobody would have any idea, because we don't walk around with it on our sleeve. We don't show it on our face. We don't show it in our emotions. And it's very true, the statement. But that would mean that we're holding something in. And so the message with the Queen of Swords in the position of health is also a warning not to do that. Like, if we're holding in our emotions, it can hurt us physically with regard to our health inside. So again, like, you're holding stuff in, you could have this is the extreme of it, of course, but you could have a heart attack, you could have a stroke, or whatever. I guess on a smaller scale, give you a headache. It can cause you to produce, hormones that do different things to us, our bodies, like stress hormones. For example, cortisol, it's a stress hormone. It makes us gain weight, So there's different things that could happen. So if you can avoid stressful situations this week, then do that too, is another message from the Queen of Swords. And now I'll do crossbred. And I think that will keep our reading concise enough where hopefully I'll be able to upload it. Did I ever finish my sentence in that regard? I was saying I started the reading late, and because of that, I was trying to figure out, like, how should I do the reading? Because I'd like to be able to upload it quickly and not have to do a bunch of stuff with Dropbox and, clipping files together to make it into a movie, which I'll have to do if it gets too long. It'll, like, my camera will automatically start it as a new file. Okay, overall energy, High Priestess. you may have noticed by now, I like to use, like, I like to do like a theme for a week. So if I choose some cards to use, I like to try to use them in my other readings too. We'll see how it goes, if I'm able to continue using these. Remember here, we have an overall energy of father, husband, brother, son. Oh, I didn't put one in the middle. And I just bent one. Okay. Recent past. So this is going to be, it could be physically, some people experience this and others have, this is going on behind the scenes energetically. Major Arcana card 0, the Fool. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. So some sort of cycle ended, completed, or there's karmic completion, something, and you're starting brand new with the Fool. You will receive, guidance of an opportunity, and be guided to jump at it if you can be fearless. It too may involve a lot of like a lump sum of abundance, or provide you with a feeling of safety, security, stability. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. I'm sure you'll be happy if their mental needs taken care of too. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. Somebody's father also may have left them something, they may have inherited something, or they may have become like the patriarch of a family and they're like a leader of a family now. So that could be the new adventure, or they may just be like a new parent, maybe specifically a father. I keep saying father because remember that overall energy, father, husband, brother, son, could be a new dad also. And that is joining here, partnering here with the Queen of Cups, who is compassionate, loving, giving, and psychic. Didn't I say the father may be specifically a Scorpio? Well, the Queen of Cups most directly is a Scorpio, as the fixed sign of the zodiac. But of course, this can also be a Pisces or Cancer or someone likened to those traits or attributes who's not a water sign at all. This is a time of deep emotions and heightened intuition that you can trust completely. Be mindful that you don't ignore your own needs while caring for others. And one of the ways you can tend to your own needs is by taking some time out for yourself for meditation, yoga, exercise, some sort of means of nurturing yourself and clearing your energy and maintaining, balanced energy. Near future. Wow. The Four of Wands. So we start out with the 10 of Pentacles, and again, contentment and stability and security, and the happy home life, happy family life. And now we got the 4 of Wands. So it really comes through. Contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. This is also potentially, some sort of commitment, entering a relationship, getting engaged, getting married, moving in together, possibly, with the Chariot also being here. Chariot, in addition to that, is another card of victory and success. Maybe some sort of divinity, or spiritual situation is attached to this, or it could be the Cancer moon that brings you this new opportunity to maybe move house or move in with someone, or to travel, or to enter a commitment, or to get a new job, or maybe that's a commitment too, a contract with a new job. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, also public recognition. And speaking of the fire signs, talked about Mars before. Now this is Jupiter and Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. It could be that somebody left you something, you inherited something from your father, maybe money, maybe a home, a house, and maybe nothing had moved in a positive direction on it. You weren't able to actually collect it, or things were moving slowly. The sudden change could be that all of a sudden it's actually coming through. And then we have this partner with Let It Go and Kuan Yin. So I'm thinking that it's tying into the beginning message that we started with. Remember I said there's abundance here, but you might have to let something go in order for it to actually flow in order for you to actually be able to obtain it. And it looks like that may be the case here too. Let it go, says Kwanya, because all of this is wanting to come to you. The Wheel, the Chariot, and the Four of Wands. A message from higher self. The Eight of Pentacles. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic and maybe even going back to school. This is one of those cards that says you reap what you sow. Where we put our effort is from where we're going to get our outcome. And that is partnered here with the Knight of Cups, who is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions and an invitation to a social event. The Four of Pentacles also comes back. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money. Good business decisions and giving to those less fortunate. And then we have fertility and Pan. So these two go together quite a bit. The Knight of Cups and fertility. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. And what I'm getting here, actually with the moon, that comes on the 17th, the Cancer moon, will be in opposition to Pluto in Capricorn. And I think that's what's coming through here. And it is telling us, since this is about us putting in effort, it's like, do your part and then let the situation go. You know, like give it to God. The saying, give it to God. Like, but you do your part. You do your prayer. You do whatever action is required of you. And then you stop worrying about it and stop. That's what it wants you to do. Like, let the situation go after you have done and put in your part. And the rest will be brought to you, is what you will manifest. So this is a romantic situation, relationship. For some of us, this can be intimacy, a very, sexual relationship. This can be the fertility that we've actually needed in our life for growth, expansion in a situation. This can be literal fertility, and again, combined with intimacy, for those of us who are trying to get pregnant. Our higher self is letting us know what we have to do in order to achieve that. Um, 3D life. We have the Knight of Swords, who is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. It is partnered with another knight, the Knight of Pentacles, who is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So, of course, these can be actual characters in your life. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone like into those traits or attributes. And a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes. They are partnered here with the Eight of Wands, which is often about communication. And we do have Gemini and Virgo, which are both ruled by the communication planet, Mercury, which entered retrograde just days ago. So, there may be communication that you've been trying to make, or you've been wanting to make, and maybe you did so a long time ago, and then you haven't tried since. You're like, well, they didn't answer, or they didn't respond, so, oh well, forget it. We try again. Now, you've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sent you. Try again now. This is partnered with Persistence and Lou. Maybe they got a new phone. Maybe they, I don't know, lost your number. I don't know, but try again. And at the heart of the matter, well, two Queens of Swords, for one thing. So we have the Ten of Cups, which is one of the most, loving cups in the deck. loving cups, loving cards are or the most representative of love, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met and you have trustworthy relationships. So that is very positive. But something is still making us feel lack, or something just not quite right, that something's not happy, there's something we're not happy with. And that thing we have to cut out. We got these two Queens of Swords. One of them, at least, should be able to get rid of this. If not, you got the energy of both. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to start your own business or to become self-employed. Whatever this thing is, your life, again, has taught you the lessons that you need, and you are ready to deal with whatever this is and to remove it from your life. I mean, obviously these things are never easy when we have to cut something out, especially if it's our own, like, overthinking. It's something that's not tangible. It's not an actual person. It's not an actual thing. So we can't just remove it and get rid of it. It's something in us, like an emotion or a feeling that can be more difficult, more challenging to rid ourselves of. But again, we've been shown what we need to do, how to do this, and we can. Again, with the Queen of Swords, she is experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. This Queen of Swords says she is independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. This is all about objective decision-making and clearing away all that no longer serves you. Seeing the humor in the situation as well. So what no longer serves us is, for somebody, this is negative emotions, and it's keeping you away from this, love, joy, maybe a particular someone, maybe your family, maybe a love, romantic interest. And so this is what you got to get rid of. And that's what I have for you guys by way of the cards this week. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. If you'd like to stick around for a moment, I'm going to go over what else is going on this week in terms of the spiritual, theological calendars and the planetary or celestial calendar. Oops, I typed my password wrong. Hang on. Okay. The Christian calendar and the Muslim calendar, we don't have anything. But on the Hebrew or Jewish calendar, tomorrow, Monday, is Tu B'Shvat. And for what that exactly means, more on that, I went to www.Shabad.org. It's also known as 15 Shavat, the New Year for trees. The 15th of Shavat on the Jewish calendar, celebrated this year on Monday, the 17th of 2022, is the day that marks the beginning of a new year for trees. Commonly known as Tu B'Shavat, this day marks the season in which the earliest blooming trees in the land of Israel emerge from their winter sleep and begin a new fruit-bearing cycle. We mark the 15th of Shavat by eating fruit, particularly from the kinds that are singled out by the Torah. They're referring to the 7 kinds. And the Torah refers to these things in its praise of the bounty of the Holy Land. They are grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates. On this day, we remember that a, quote, man is a tree of the field. And we can see this in Deuteronomy 2019, which is also 1119, and reflect on the lessons that we can derive from our botanical analog. And I think it's special that it's 1119. There's talking about trees because, of course, 1119 is the number, the day that I was given to recognize King Osiris by King Osiris. And so, and he was put into a tree when he was murdered. So the fact that this story is about a man in a tree and it's in the Bible under 1119, I think is pretty significant. But that's the story. That's the 15th of Shvat. So moving on to the planetary calendar, we have on January 17th at 6:48 p.m., so the same day as Tu B'Shvat, we have the full moon in Cancer at 27 degrees Cancer. The following day, January 18th at 10:25 a.m., Uranus goes direct, 10 degrees Taurus. Also at 1:50 p.m., the true node enters Taurus. So the true node leaves Gemini and enters Taurus for like a year. And then on the 19th at 9:39 p.m., the sun will enter Aquarius. And what's the last day for this reading? The 22nd. And that'll be the last thing on the celestial calendar. So I did bring up something about Uranus going direct from www.tarot.com. I'll quickly read that so we can find out more about what this is about. Revolutionary Uranus forced an uncomfortable calm when it went retrograde on August 19th, 2021. And it kept us from making the important changes that we felt brewing beneath the surface. But now that Uranus is turning direct on January 18th, 2022, all of those urges that we had been suppressing for that time will erupt on a personal and global scale. So maybe that's why we saw so much of like change this week. Like if you want this to happen, do this, make this happen, and then this will happen. You know, these things have been waiting, I guess, until now. Uranus is the planet of shocks and surprises, but it was inhibited while retrograde. And that's probably also why the two Queens of Swords showed up, because the Queen of Swords, similar to how the Queen of Cups is most directly a Scorpio, the Queen of Swords is most directly an Aquarius. So we have the two Aquarius energies maybe showing up here at the heart of the matter with the Pentacles, right? The Five of Pentacles with the Pentacles energy that is representative of Taurus, because Aquarius's ruler, Uranus, located in Taurus all this time. So Uranus is the planet of shocks and surprises, but it was inhibited while in retrograde. It's been a period of relative quiet, but when it's direct, we may experience both brilliant and disturbing ideas and events. Uranus in Taurus represents sudden and unexpected events. So we said something will come very, very quickly. That's what the Chariot says. That's what the Wheel of Fortune says. And the two of them together, forget about it. Uranus in Taurus represents sudden and unexpected events, including revolutionary ways of handling and dealing with money, both nationwide and worldwide, which we've seen during its time in the sign. So if you think the past 5 months have been chaotic, you ain't seen nothing yet. I stress the 5 months because we have the 5 here of Pentacles also. So the money. This is all part of the transformational times that we're living in. And as frightening as it may be, such change is needed to redirect humanity toward a better future. Here we go. So hopefully the reading showed you how it may show up in your life as an individual. And then this is how it may show up around the country if you also live in America. And then they said worldwide too. So around the globe, wherever you live. Hope you guys have enjoyed the reading and that the week goes well for you. It seems pretty exciting. Namaste.